So I fully get it. I really do. I fully get it. You want to start YouTubing, you want to start a channel, you want to start streaming, but you can think of thousands and maybe thousands and thousands of reasons not to do it. Your brain then works in the exact same way, well, as a lot of other people. Your brain is wired to always think you can't do it, you shouldn't do it, and can think of tons of reasons why you ultimately will never start doing it. You only need one reason to start. And I'm a starting YouTuber as well, right? I've got a small channel. It's growing, but it's still a small channel. And I found my way to, with doing things badly, doing things good, learning from other YouTubers. And my goal now is just to give you just 10 tips as a beginner, from a beginner to a beginner. What I found out in the last year or so, I want to share it with you guys, right? So my name is Movement 6, and as I always start as a growing habit, which is just not a growing habit, but it's a habit, I want to say a huge thank you to all you guys who saw in the last week, especially on Twitch. I've started streaming, as most of you know. I've gained a few subs already, and I want to say a huge thank you to all you guys for reaching out in the comment section to have some interaction there. Really appreciate it, and it means the world to me that you guys are here. If you haven't done so, just sub, notifications, leave a like, comment, and be a part of the channel. For now, let's get into it. So the first thing that comes to mind is, it's the first tip I just have, is just start, right? As I told you in the beginning of this clip, there are tens of thousands of reasons not to start, not to do it, not to go anywhere. You only need one reason to start, and just start, right? Just do it. Just go out, create that channel, create the content you want, and just learn by doing. That's the only thing. It's pretty easy. Just start. If you don't start, you can't make mistakes, you can't grow. And the second tip is a pretty easy one, because I've done a video the other day about my studio and my gear and what I'm using it. But in essence, don't focus on it. As I told you in that clip, it's the ear, not the gear. That's for music production, but the same goes for content creation. Don't watch those big YouTubers, those big streamers with all their fancy stuff. You don't need that to start, right? Maybe eventually when you're there, you can buy into it, you can learn, you can grow, and eventually you will wind up with a studio with a lot of equipment, and a lot of equipment you will never use. But in essence, don't focus on the gear right now. Focus on what you have. Yes, you need a webcam, you need a screen, you need a PC, but you will get there. You can start easily. So just do it. Just start. Don't mind the gear. The third thing is pretty easy, guys. Just be yourself and not someone else. I still today, well, in essence, I've also fell for it. In the beginning, I was watching all those YouTubers, and I was starting copying a few things, right? Because I thought that's the easy way, and I know that. Don't do it. Don't be yourself, because that eventually drew people to that YouTube account. Don't try to be a Dr. Disrespect or a PewDiePie or whomever you want to watch, right? I don't care. Don't be them. It works for them. They've put something in the market that is completely unique. The community wants to see why you are unique. Why you? And what you got to bring to the table. And what works for them usually will not work for you. And the biggest tip I can give you guys is the interaction I have with the people on my page is that they want to see me as a person, and they find the channel attractive to them. Not because I resemble someone, but I'm just myself. So be yourself, not someone else. The fourth one is weaknesses. We all have weaknesses, right? I like speaking in public. For my work, I'm speaking for big audiences, small audiences. I don't mind. The bigger the audience, the better I am, I think. But I could fully relate to people who genuinely hated to speak in public, especially when I put a camera on and a mic, and You're going out there, you see yourself. For YouTube, you also need to watch yourself, right? Look back your clips and see how it works, if it works, right? So it is pretty hard thing to do, but just step out of your comfort zone and try to make your weakness an asset. There's no issue in showing your weaknesses. There's no issue in showing that you've done things wrong. I about a year ago, I had a comment on a clip and I said it's horrible to watch, and it was. The man was completely right. It was, because I was still learning by doing, and I was just putting it out there, and the feedback was pretty valuable in essence. It was hard, and it touched my weaknesses, but I turned it to an asset. I'm here to learn, and that's what I replied. I'm here to learn, but I need to start. Thanks for the feedback. The fifth one is pretty easy. When I started, I was focusing on YouTube and Twitch, and I thought I need the whole package, right? Well, you don't. You focus on YouTube first, Twitch will follow. Make that Twitch account, because you can test and you can do an upload and you can do some streaming and see what the audio quality is, and fine, But don't fancy it up. Don't make it your target, because Twitch is a total different ballgame. That's something I've now recently discovered. I'm now opening up new ground, new doors. And start with the first thing and make that good, and then move to the other. Because the general rule is, when you're trying to be the jack of all trades, you're generally the master of none, right? So try to keep it stupid simple. Keep it stupid simple. And start with YouTube. Twitch eventually will follow when you're comfortable in front of a mic and camera. Then push forward to Twitch, right? But don't focus on it in the beginning. Start with YouTube and creating content there. The sixth one is something I see going wrong a lot with starting channels, is the interaction part. I got a comment the other day from someone who reached out and he said, I've seen your clip, because one of the clips that is, the best viewed is about the Nikon controllers. I did some how to set it up, how to work with the software, and my review on it. And it's got about 5,000 to 6,000 or 7,000 views and a lot of comments. And one of these guys just reached out to me and said, I was watching through all these comments and you reply on every one of them. And I know it, I'm a starting channel, so that's maybe a bit easier than with someone with 100, maybe even a million subs. But it is highly important that you interact with the community. Whether they're negative, whether they're positive, interact with these guys, right? Because this is your community, and they make valuable assessments on what they see, why they watch it, and the questions they had on the Nikon controller is something I generally constantly answer, right? And that's highly important. It's highly important, and people notice that you interact with them. If you don't react, if you never like a comment, if you don't reply to a comment, people will notice it. They are your community. They want them to be in the center of attention there. So the seventh one is, as I told you in number 5, don't focus on Twitch. Just keep it generally simple, right? In terms of the gear, the content, what you want to reach, just do the simple stuff very good. So the look and feel of your channel, the information on your channel, I still have some things to tweak left and right, but just make sure that the core of your channel is pretty simple in how you offer it, and then start building on that foundation. If you're trying to be very difficult from the start, you will get disappointed with disappointment, and disappointment. Small steps, small success eventually counts in a bigger success. So that's how you approach that. If you want to have a very successful story, start small and build up top of that. And 8th is also in relation of a few other ones. Be thankful. Be thankful for the feedback you get, for every feedback you get. Because listen guys, it's your community, right? So if they have feedback, value that, but also value the subs. As you notice in in every video, I just did it in this one as well. I've called it my growing habit, but it's not a growing habit. I am so proud of every sub I get. That just call them out, and sometimes I mention some names left and right. I've got a few loyal guys like Stel Dragon, Gio Mendes, who reply a lot, and I really value these guys for being there and just putting stuff out there from great video, blah blah blah. Just value that. It's so valuable to have these subs and these guys who appreciate your channel. So respect that. The ninth is just being a bit predictable in the beginning. I had a upload scheme on every week on Sunday. There is a general rule of thumb that you do it every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks a video. I wanted to give a cadence in it, so I did it every week. It gives some predictability, it shows that the content, it shows that the channel is very active, and that's what people also want to see, right? They want to see general and frequent uploads, right? And of course one video is better than the other, that's fine, but make sure that you got a cadence. You can also make a schedule. Next week I want to do this, the week after that I want to do Z, and you make an agenda, right? A time scale. Just do it. It makes predictability and it shows that the channel is building and active. The last is just plain simple, guys. Have fun and learn. It is extremely difficult to build a channel, but the moment you start doing stuff for the subs, it's just the same in life. If you start doing or working just for money, you eventually will wind up unhappy. And as I told you, I am grateful for every sub, but that's a consequence of what I'm doing, not the goal itself. My channel is now at pushing 200 subs on YouTube. It's not huge, but I'm doing it for them, not for the subs to come. This is my community. This is what I'm working for, and I'm doing it because I'm having fun. And these guys notice it, and they sub to my channel, they interact with my channel, and that's what I'm grateful for. And of course I want to grow the channel, but it's not the ultimate goal. The goal is to have fun, to learn, to get better, and to build a beautiful channel. People will come, subs will come, or not, but as long as you have fun, that will show on your channel. So guys, I hope this short video has been of much help for you guys. I hope if I could just have one of you guys that starts working on a channel just by seeing this video, I already won the world. And I would say welcome to the online community. So my name is Movement 6 and I'm uploading very frequently, but I'm now also streaming on Twitch almost daily. So if you want to check out my Twitch, go to the Movement 6 on Twitch and join, just wind up in the chat. I will chat with you, and I'm really appreciate if you guys follow me there as well. If you want to stay here and sub, you have my appreciation as well. So just sub, like, hit that notifications and give me some. Do you have any pointers, tips you want to have in the comment section? Just drop them there. For now, it's Movement 6.